Yeah. Brandon Perna left me to do the cold open today. And so, at you. Oh, baby! Ladies and gentlemen, ow.
Oh, hit your elbow, eh?
Ow.
Careful. This is a dangerous show.
Yeah, seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We back. It's Friday morning, and you know what that means.
It's Rebecca Black Day, baby.
Yep, that's it. So get in your cars. Doesn't matter if you're in the front seat. Doesn't matter if you're in the back seat. Because we're partying every day.
That's right. GPS, the only YouTube live stream you should watch while also driving. That's why we named it GPS. It's a video show for the car.
Can we get sued for that?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the Grossi Perna Show. Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, and as Brandon Perna said, it is called a GPS. And we here, and you know what? I woke up today, Brandon Perna, you know what I thought? What Blockbuster trade is going to happen again? Which one's going to happen today? Because we've seen one every single day, basically this entire week. Which one is it going to be today? We had Khalil Mack yesterday, and we had the Carson Wentz before that. Then we had, of course, the Russel Wilson before that. What's going to happen? Is it going to be Deshaun Watson news? We're going to see. Flatulent is in the trunk. Ignore the sounds. It's fine.
Quiet back there, Flatulent.
Yeah, seriously. Or I'll hit more speed bumps again.
We're taking you to Disneyland.
Oh, not Disney World?
Just kidding. We're going to bury you in the desert.
Oh, that's so much better. That's it.
Today,
That's it.
I'll tell you what's happening today, Tom.
You tell me.
Joe Burrow decides to leave the Bengals. It's the only thing that's going to surprise me at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. And they trade for Kirk Cousins.
Deshaun Watson just admits he's guilty. What else could happen today?
And he'll only get
Justin
3 games.
Herbert retires. Patrick Mahomes plays baseball with Kyler Murray. They go to the Yankees.
That'd be great. That would be fantastic.
That'd be so sick.
I do want to say, I do. Oh yeah, there we go. Bing bong, baby. We're here.
We're relevant.
Don't worry. We're gonna transition real hard in a second. I do want to ask Brandon Perna. This is a legitimate question. You know, Russell Wilson going to the Broncos was very shocking. Like, you know, a very big deal. Has there been a moment in any offseason in the last 5 years, though, that has been more shocking than Andrew Luck retiring? I still think that was number one because it came out of complete nowhere.
Yeah, that was like getting sideswiped by a semi truck. You're just
correct.
What happened? Luck? You're too good to retire, man. Too good. And that was crazy because the news broke while he was playing in a preseason game. And he got booed as he left the field. And he's like, what's going on here? Oh, no. Shefty spoiled me. Spoiled my announcement. Yeah, I would rank that as one. I'm trying to think. Yeah, just because there was no runway paved for that news landing.
Things get better soon, bud.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Hope things get better soon. Yeah, that one for me though, that was the definitely the most shocking.
Yeah.
But again, to your point, if Deshaun Watson came out today and was like, "Yeah,
I did it,"
Roger Goodell would be like, "You are suspended 6 games, sir," And Calvin Ridley would just sit at home, go, "You son of a bird."
You're suspended 6 games, but I'm willing to hear an appeal for 3, Deshaun. Maybe 2. You're so good. Oh, Ridley, we can live without. But Deshaun, you're so good at football. You're above the law in my eyes, Deshaun. Me, Roger Goodell. Just to be clear, that wasn't me. That was Goodell speaking. Sometimes I'm not good at letting people know.
Well, we know Goodell's favorite sports book.
Yeah. DraftKings Sportsbook. Brought to you by Roger Goodell.
That was a tricky one to transition to. There was a lot going on. There was some heavy stuff in there, but listen, that's why we navigate
here. Let's lighten the mood and just talk about your finances. Bet all your money on DraftKings Sportsbook responsibly.
I spent it all on gas.
Responsibly. Yo, we got basketball coming in hard.
Ball goes in hoop.
The non-professional brand. The championships, the conference championships. You can experience them like never before. Bet $5 for new customers on any team to win and get $200 in free bets. It's that simple. If they win, you win.
That's half a tank of gas.
Yeah. Illinois listeners. Big news. Big news. Mobile
your team sucks.
Yeah, Bears. Big news. Your team got worse, and they kind of got fleeced. But right now, DraftKings Sportsbook, you can sign up on your phone. You can get the app on your phone in Illinois. Also, DraftKings, if sportsbooks aren't legal in your state, check it out. DraftKings got free-to-play pools. Everyone can play free all March long for a shot at over $250,000 in prizes. What do? You click the link in the description. You sign up with our code GPS, and boom, all of the offers are yours. All of them.
Really?
Like, also, I saw Russel Wilson plus 1,200 to win MVP. So maybe I'll be putting some Russell Wilson finally going to win MVP money down, Tom. Yo, I got some thoughts about Wilson to talk about today.
Oh, buddy. We're just waiting for him to get a single vote.
I know.
Every year.
All of them.
It just goes round and round. Russell Wilson is good for the first couple weeks, and they're like, oh, he's definitely going to get all the votes this year. He'll definitely get it. And then by week 8, we're like, nope, he's done. Now,
he has a real coach now. So
I do think he is going to do much better on the Denver Broncos than he did. But
yeah, he is. Especially when Khalil Mack gets blocked by whatever premier right tackle we get.
What premier right tackle are you going to get?
All of them.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're going to get Terran Armstead, and then we're going to kick Bowles out to right tackle, and then we're going to just draft another guy that's awesome that nobody's even ever heard of, but just like, wow, that guy was the steal of the draft.
Wow.
Protection will be double bagged level for Russell Wilson, and we're going to crush it.
How would you feel if John Elway, because he wants to still buy the Broncos, obviously, right?
Apparently, yeah, I guess.
In a bid for the fans' hearts and minds for those who may have abandoned him, how do you feel if he genetically modified himself to be a horse? And he came out as a literal horse-human hybrid, not a centaur, so not like a sexy fantasy thing. Like he just like just galloping like out there like slowly. Do you think that
John Elway, Mr. Ed?
Yeah. Do you think that would hurt or help his chances of being the new owner of the Denver Broncos?
Ooh, I mean, people love animals.
So... I mean, like he can't even eat a carrot though. Like it has to be like crushed up. Like it is the quality of life has significantly gone down.
Can he be a stud too? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Then it helps. If he's a stud, it helps.
All right. I just
Not
want to make
sure. People like John Elway here. I don't know if you know that. But here in Denver, he is, let's just say, what's above God? Because that's where I'd put John Elway. Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He's just sitting up there. Yeah, you wanted to talk about Russell Wilson today, though.
Yeah. I want to talk about Russell Wilson. I want to talk about Khalil Mack going to the Chargers first, because Los Angeles, you got a guy. You're doing some stuff, Los Angeles, and we're not used to seeing this in free agency from the Chargers. They're usually a little passive, a little cheap, looking for the bargains. They re-signed Mike Williams, which is a signing I love for them. Like, I know how much I like the Charger signings by how much I hate the Charger signings, right? Like, I see they brought back Mike Williams. I was like, damn it. I was hoping he would go to free agency. He would leave. The Chargers think they're going to get like Allen Robinson, and then they whiff. But they bring back Mike Williams, really good receiver. And when I heard you broke the news about Khalil Mack yesterday, about 10 seconds before we go live on Clickbait Sports, and you're like, oh, this was Tom. We're like all sitting there in Clickbait, and Tom goes, we're talking. Tom just like, oh, something's that, guys. Khalil Mack's just been traded to the Chargers. And immediately I just got a little sinking feeling in my stomach. I'm like, fuck. That takes a little bit of the wind out of the Russell Wilson sails, because
sails are gone a little bit.
Not only is Khalil Mack good, he's going to a defensive front that already has Joey Bosa. And I hate Joey Bosa. I just hate that guy so much because he's so good and he's annoying. And now you get Khalil Mack, who is always compared to Von Miller, and there's a crowd out there that wanted to talk about Mack being better than Miller. Not true, but he's very good. And not only that, you dicked the Chicago Bears, Chargers. So pat yourselves on the back. I think you got better on defense. You already have, Derwin James on the back end. It is a huge, impactful move for the Chargers, and now the AFC West is stacked,
dude.
And the Raiders are sitting in the back seat like, hey, mommy, what can we have some of this? Can we have some juice too? Like, we got nothing. We got nothing back here. We got Josh McDaniels. Good luck with that, Raiders.
Well, I want to talk about the AFC West a lot, because to that point, I'll just hone in on the Raiders for a second. As soon as that happened, I was like, okay, do the Raiders, like, the people started chirping online. They're like, do they just get rid of Carr right now? Like, do they just trade Carr in a very lackluster QB market and be like, listen, like, this is how we're going to go? Because a lot of people are already saying, well, the Raiders are going to just finish in last place now. Like, they are going to be the last place team. They have talent definitely in some positions, but overall as a team, they don't have like the talent. Now, listen, they made the playoffs last year. They definitely did.
They beat the Chargers.
Yep. They definitely pulled it out, and that was impressive as hell. Like, they had so many like close games and, fluky games and all that great stuff, but they were able to do it. And they almost beat the Bengals in the wild card. But I mean, yeah, if you're the Raiders now, you're just sitting back looking like, what the hell do I even begin to do? Yeah. Because I like, these other teams are just getting better. The Chiefs are going to continue to be good. The Broncos upgraded massively. The Chargers, I mean, they already had a good offense, but if they are able to get like a stud wide receiver, like another one, I think that offense will be even better. They just need to learn how to stop the run, and, they should be pretty darn good. The Chargers, I had high expectations for them last year, and then
everybody did. That's the Chargers
thing. Thanks, Sammy.
The more you believe in them, the more they're going to find a way to screw up at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chargers fans really want them to go after J.C. Jackson to complete their defense there. I don't think that's going to happen, but their secondary, I think, is going to be a little bit better this year as well. I think Asante Samuel in his second season, he already was playing well. They got Mike Davis back there, and of course Derwin James, and even Nasir Adderley's pretty good. But like the Chargers, they should feel similar to the way Broncos fans felt. Like, we just made our team a lot better with one move, and we didn't give up too much to get it. Like, it's cap.
Like, that's what. Yeah, that's what it is. It's cap. Yeah.
Here's how bad the Bears
there's
did
Ken.
Khalil Mack.
Love me some Ken.
Trade 2 first-round picks and more to get Khalil Mack, pay $91 million over 4 years, win 0 playoff games, trade away for the next season a 2nd and 6th round pick, eat $24 million in dead cap. Not exactly an ideal payoff for Chicago Bears with their Khalil Mack investment. So true.
But I will say, I think there's one team that did even worse than that, and I think that's the Raiders. Their first round pick that they got in 2020, Damon Arnett with that trade. So that did not work out for them. And now they're going to play Khalil Mack twice a year. So, I mean, I think it was bad for both teams. Can we say that neither team won that trade?
Dude, that's what a lot of people are saying the Broncos and Seahawks are going to say in 5 years about Russell Wilson. So I stepped out of my comfort zone yesterday and went and tried to listen to some of the national takes about Russell Wilson.
Oh,
I went to Bill Simmons. I went to Ryan Russillo. I went to old Danny Patrick. Just wanted to hear their takes on it, which I haven't done for a while, where I'm like, so jazzed about something. I'm like, let me hear more about this. So I was just listening to these guys last night. And the sort of underwhelming response to how much Russell Wilson improves the Broncos surprised me a little bit. Surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they brought up good questions about Russell Wilson. Yes, he was not as good as normal last year.
Definitely not.
But he had a finger injury in the middle of it.
Like a lot of balls.
He had a finger injury in the middle of it. His worst play came when he tried to rush back from the injury. And Ryan Russillo brought up an interesting point about that, where he's like, the Seahawks thought he was coming back too early. The only person who didn't think he was coming back too early was Russell Wilson. And they were a little concerned that he was just trying to prove that he is above human level, that he is Mr. Unlimited, that he is sort of anointed, in that he could prove to them that he's better than a normal human being and can recover more quickly, and rushed his return back. Fair enough. That might be Russell Wilson. And that Seattle basically kind of got tired of dealing with his ego and just the brand that is Russell Wilson over time. Now, that might be fair. That might be right. But I still think you chose wrong if you're Seattle. You figure if Pete Carroll and the GM are tired of dealing with your probably Hall of Fame quarterback, bring in a new head coach and GM who are fresh and they can manage it. Because what did the Packers do to keep Aaron Rodgers? Everything. They did everything they could to appease him, to make him happy. And I would say his ego and his demands are just as kind of out there and crazy as Russell Wilson's. Well, not crazy, but like
they both wanted the same thing. They wanted to be in on those conversations. Like they wanted to say, like, hey, here's how we build the team. Where I will say this, and Rodgers has been criticized for this too, and I'm sorry for cutting you off. It's the idea that, like with Wilson, he was complaining back last year in the offseason saying, I'm getting hit too much. And then he said how pissed he was watching the Super Bowl and watching Brady go and do it. And a lot of fans' response to that were like, well, take a pay cut. Like, take a pay cut, take less money, and then they could, field a team around you. So I think it's a best of both worlds situation where, like, he couldn't have those. And I think that that's something, and I've seen this meme circulate like a ton now, but like the Tom Brady meme of like, how is he so good? And it's like takes a pay cut everywhere he goes, and like keeps guys there. And I think that there definitely is something to that, because if you are arguably the best guy, or at least the like one of the major leaders of the football team, like, and you're saying, hey, I'm not getting paid top dollar, so like, listen, let's just go and get a ring. But at the same time, I completely understand players saying like, there's a limited window for me to make this kind of money, and I'm going to try to make as much money as I can, because who knows when it's over.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely the smartest thing Brady did in his career in the NFL. But I think you can still build a Super Bowl caliber team while paying your quarterback top tier money. I think like it was a philosophical approach to running the offense that was the rift between Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll.
You just wanted to run the ball.
Yeah, and I think Russell Wilson's fine running the ball too. I think last year he was trying to also evolve as less of a quarterback who's going to run to make things happen.
Yeah.
And I think people are knocking him for that. But I think that's the next evolution in extending his longevity in the NFL is doing less of the crazy stuff that kind of puts your body at risk and learning to be more effective from the pocket. And Brady, we've talked about like before, like Brady was so good late in his career because he was playing as a 40-year-old man from the day he stepped into the NFL.
Yeah.
His athletic limits forced him to learn to manipulate the defense, to get rid of the ball quickly, and that sort of thing. A guy like Russell Wilson has turned people's heads by snaking his way 40 yards backwards, like we see Mahomes do, and then, throwing a 50-yard pass downfield on a 3rd and 10. So I think it's part of his evolution, and I think he's going to a coach that's going to actually try and listen to Russ, what he likes to do with the offense, and evolve it that way, as opposed to maybe somebody who's fighting him on it. But I was just a little surprised. They're like, I don't think it makes the Broncos even a Super Bowl contender. I'm like, whoa. Look, no, everybody who gets into the playoffs is a Super Bowl contender, and I think this definitely gives the Broncos a very good chance to get into the playoffs. And the other thing I wanted to say, people are like, oh, have fun. You still got the 3rd best QB in the AFC West. So I tweeted about that last night. And yeah, maybe Patrick Mahomes, definitely the best quarterback in the AFC West. Fuck me. And then you got Justin Herbert. I don't know if Justin Herbert is better than Russell Wilson right now. I think he's a little bit better of a passer. But I've seen Herbert make mistakes late. Like, he's still growing as a quarterback. But even if Russell Wilson is the 3rd best, the difference is the Broncos had the worst quarterback, and it wasn't even close. Russell Wilson's here. If those the other two guys are like right here and here, like we just made a huge leap in talent as a team by getting Russell Wilson. Sure. So that doesn't matter. Like where you rank those guys doesn't really matter because Russell Wilson now gives them just as good of a chance to win a game as those other quarterbacks.
Well,
before the quarterback we had did not give us a better chance to win a game. We were just hoping we had an efficient day. The defense kept it close and we could win. Now we could be up by 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter because of Russell Wilson. That's the difference.
Well, that's the point too. It's funny because you and I talked about this as soon as the Super Bowl was over and talked about like the Rams philosophy of going out, trading, future draft picks and bringing in a guy who can help you win now. And I mean, I know they didn't do it via a trade, but that was with the Buccaneers too. Like the Buccaneers had a team around, like before Tom Brady was there. Freaking Jameis Winston threw for 5,000 yards, right? Like they had a defense. They had the number 1 run defense. They had the pieces on offense. They brought in a few more. Boom.
Right.
Here, you have the pieces on offense, right? You didn't lose. Noah Fant is who you lost, but, Alberto, I think he is a suitable replacement if he wasn't already the replacement. So
he's a very suitable replacement.
That's what I'm saying. And then, of course, you have guys like Judy, you have Sutton, you have Tim Patrick. Like, you have plenty of people, Javonte Williams in the backfield. Like, you have plenty of people to make that offense significantly better. Even if your defense is the exact same as it was last year, your team is already significantly better because of who you have behind center.
Our defense can even be a little bit worse, and it's going to be okay. Like,
listen, PS2 in his 2nd year.
He's going to be good. That's the thing. And you got to hit on some gems. So like the Buccaneers, when they brought over Shaq Barrett, that was a slam dunk. So it's about finding a couple of those value free agents who maybe have a big upside as well. Yep. Either way, I was just really happy yesterday to have the opportunity to meet Russell Wilson and hang out with him.
Yeah. How was that?
Oh my God. I had so much fun with Russ.
I have to say,
he's such a nice guy.
If you go back to that other picture, like, what's scary? And I know you're not really going to get this reference, but you look like one of the young Bucks so much. And now I need to pull up their picture because it is there.
I think I look
All right,
like Jared Leto from the serial killer movie, or Jonathan Van Zant, or the guy from Queer Eye. There, I'm just too happy to be that close to Ciara.
Okay, hold on.
Just thank you guys on Twitter. This is the creepiest one.
That is horrifying.
Everybody on Twitter who photoshopped these for me, God bless
Could
you.
be very good, Zach. Trey Lance, I think, would be. I want to talk about Trey Lance too, because I want to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm trying to find a good pitch. There it is. That's the one. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah, show me who I look like.
Tell me.
We got 1,000 people watching on a Friday morning. Thank you, guys.
Let's go. Hold. I love how many of these pictures there are.
Don't forget to thumbs up the video, fools.
Here you go. The guy on the left.
Whoa. Let's see. Is that me?
Oh, nope. It's a freaking the Pope hat. I see it.
Who are those guys?
Those are the Young Bucks. They're the tag team in AEW. Like,
wrestlers.
Hey, listen, wrestling, they watch you. So.
Oh, they're the guys who watch me?
No, they're not the guys who watch you, but the guys, they're in AEW, the same company who watch you. So
yeah. AEW, the great root beer.
Yeah. So yes. So I think that Russell Wilson will do much better. Broncos are contenders. Moving on. I want to talk about the Bears and the Chargers.
Yeah.
Now, are you of the opinion that the Bears got fleeced?
Yeah, a little bit. I
disagree.
A little bit.
Very much so, actually. And listen, I don't want to defend the Bears. Very much so. Very much so. Because the investment in Khalil Mack, I don't think that worked out, right? As Ken tweeted out, that definitely did not look good. They only made it to 2 playoff appearances. They got bounced both times. One was because of a double doink, and the other one was a Nickelodeon game. So, wasn't good. However, if you look at this season for the Bears and the cap constraints that they were in, I don't think having Khalil Mack on that team would have made them significantly better or made them even really contenders because of how much of a, I don't want to reload, rebuild, retooling, whatever you want to do that. I probably am not going to go to Birmingham.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe.
But I think that getting rid of Khalil Mack and getting something back, and now looking ahead next year where they're going to have like $120 million in cap space to build a team around a young quarterback, I think that is much more beneficial than keeping Khalil Mack on the team for one more year, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it this way. It depends on what they do with the money. And what did they get? Like 2 picks, a second and a sixth?
A second and a sixth. And I think if they could have gotten a first, that would have been much better. But I think the Chargers paying the contract, that was what the priority was, because Ryan Pace did give out some terrible contracts. And, they went all in. They really did. The Bears went all in when they traded for Khalil Mack and really was like, listen, let's have this amazing defense. They had a great record that year. They go to the wild card. They lose off a double doink, and then they never got back to really where they were. Matt Nagy, the whole 9 yards, which again, I love that story.
Yeah. The Khalil Mack investment did not pay off. Why? No investment in the NFL pays off when you don't have a quarterback. Now, you could argue maybe they did have a quarterback with Mitch Trubisky. Don't know. Only times they got into the playoffs was when he had the reins. But the Broncos have a very similar example to Khalil Mack, and they traded Von Miller in the middle of last season. They got 2 draft picks for him. They did not win that trade initially because Von went to the Rams and he played great, just like I said he would, and he got a Super Bowl. And he was a huge reason the Rams succeeded in the postseason.
Definitely.
Watching that as a Broncos fan, you're like, look, I know we got some out of him, and he's going to be a free agent this year. There's no guarantee he would come back to the Broncos, so we got some value there. But after he left, one of the big issues for the Broncos on defense was a drop-off in the pass rush. Chubb finally came back, but if we had Vaughn, we might win a game or two extra that, we might not have. And we'd be talking about maybe the Broncos are in the playoffs. So initially, you don't win that trade. But what you do with that later is what matters, because those picks help them get Russell Wilson.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they still have a second round draft pick now. Because they had the extra second to give up, and they got I think a third rounder still from Vaughn. So now we've won the trade, and there's a chance Vaughn comes back. And that, I think the same thing is true with the Bears, but right now it does not make your team better. This season they will not be better because
this season they're not going to be very good. No. Like this season is going to be rough for the Bears. And I think it was like
line.
Yeah. You knew this, though. You knew this halfway through. You're like, this season's rough, right? Trade him, trade Vaughn, because one, it's just this year. He can come back next year. But trade him, get some value out of it. Boom. Move along. Well, we got a Fitty.
Fitty, Trevor, you sly son of a gun, Trevor.
We got a Fitty from Trevor.
What are we going to do?
What do you got? Man. Oh, come on. You know which one you have to do. Come on. Come on, it's relevant to what we're talking about. Come on. Come on.
Why don't you click it then?
Fine, I'll click it. Fine.
Just so I know exactly what you mean.
Go Chargers, go.
Come on now. Come on now.
Sorry, brain stopped working. Trevor.
I love how you're just like, I don't know. So yes, I think the Bears are not going to be a great team this year. I think they need to invest heavily into the offensive line, and then they can start talking about being contenders. Now, new front office, Ryan Pace is gone. The bad man can't hurt them anymore. It's going to be very interesting to see what they're able to do with all that capital next year. Not this year. It's next year.
Yeah, that's true. It's a long haul. And the reason the Bears do it too is with the new front office, they have no ties to Khalil Mack. Everything previous, that's in the past. That's not our mess. We're going to proceed forward in the way we think's best for this organization. Sorry that you guys gave up a lot for Khalil Mack a while ago, but we don't care.
That wasn't me.
It was not us. I just wish they didn't trade him to the Chargers because
completely agree.
Harshed my high a bit.
Again, they just need to be able to stop the run now. If you're the Chargers, stop the run, and you're golden.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go on a run, is that okay?
Put on your betting shoes, ladies and gentlemen.
They're at the laundromat.
It's DraftKings Sportsbook. You got to use code GPS when you sign up over at DraftKings. We got a link in the description for you. We make it real simple here for you over at GPS to get all of your sports betting in. Okay, so DraftKings, what are they going to offer you this month, this week, today? The deal is for today, ladies and gentlemen. You got to turn your team's victory in your own big win over at DraftKings for the conference championships. New customers can bet $5 on any team and win $200 in free bets. You're going to go ahead and win 200 free bets when you sign up with GPS over at DraftKings Sportsbook in Illinois. Listeners, let me tell you, we got a big news for you in Illinois. Mobile registration is back. I'm going to be the most annoying ad reader on earth. He's going to change voices whenever he wants for no reason at all. Mobile registration is back, and right now you can sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook simply by downloading the app right to your phone. Do you want your precious? Get your precious right now with code GPS. Everyone can play free. If you don't got legal sports betting,
we're not going to get renewed.
$50,000 in prizes in their free pools. Let me tell you, GPS.
DraftKings. Hey, it's DraftKings. You like that DraftKings, Tom? I sure do. It's GPS.
Was that Elmo?
Tickle me and find out.
Okay, that is horrifying because that's off-brand Elmo. Elmo loves you.
We passed 2,000 live viewers, and then we dropped below.
We dropped
1,800 after I did that. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think either team wins. In talking about because the Raiders didn't do anything significant with that capital. I don't think that they got it. They're still going to have to suffer facing Khalil Mack twice a year. And on top of that, I think if you're the Bears, they did not elevate you or elevate your team to where you wanted them to be. So
yeah. And what the point I wanted to make is the Chargers win, the Broncos win with these two moves. Suck it, Kansas City. You're confident. Your overconfidence is getting a little annoying. And now the Chargers can get after your QB. And now the Broncos got a QB. So Chiefs fans, you better watch out. You just better watch out a little bit. Better stop talking all that trash. Or at least tone it down a bit because you are scared. You know how I know you're scared, Chiefs fans? By your lashing out on the internet pretending like you're not scared. When you act the most not scared, it means you are the most scared. And I can see it. I can smell it on you.
What?
Usually I just smell your delicious barbecue. Now
is there going to be a full what?
No, what?
Okay. Is there going to be a full-blown parade when you guys actually beat the Chiefs?
Oh, yeah. We're celebrating like the Super Bowl, baby.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I mean, I kind of already knew that answer, but
okay. We accidentally almost beat the Chiefs with Drew Lock. So
true story.
The clock's ticking down.
Yeah, that's accurate. It's going to happen one of these days. Now, what if it's in the AFC Championship game? Will Denver literally explode?
We don't even need to win the Super Bowl if we beat them in the championship.
I'm very aware. I know what I said. I said what I said. Or honestly, it's not even an AFC Championship game. Like if you beat them in the divisional round, like I still think it explodes.
Yeah, when the Broncos beat the Chiefs in the playoffs on their first Super Bowl run, that felt good. That felt really good. I'm like, I was 12 or 13. I'm like, we can beat Kansas City in the playoffs in Arrowhead. The Steelers aren't going to stop us. Whoever we play in the Super Bowl is not going to stop us. Like a division rival on the road and they were good that year. Like that kind of momentum. Ooh, that's hard to stop. That is hard to stop. It's why the Bengals were riding that momentum, but then the Rams got in the way. But
then you did that. If they never win a Super Bowl with Joe Burrow, it's your fault.
Yeah, I'll take that heat.
I think that they should sell those draft picks for more money to pay Ezekiel Elliott. That's what I think they should do. Yeah. They should auction them off and then pay Ezekiel Elliott more money and never give him the ball. And also franchise tag a decently good tight end in Dalton Schultz.
Right. So we have Broncos so far winning. Chargers,
I think they win the
offseason,
100%. Yeah.
Bears probably a wash. I say losing, but we'll call it a wash. Raiders losing just by everybody in their division getting better than them and them hiring Josh McDaniels.
Bears are losing too because Aaron Rodgers came back. So
Packers are winning. What about the Colts and the Commanders?
Yeah, they both lost that trade too. Like again, you look at we talking about the Raiders and Bears with Khalil Mack. This is a loss as well, just because. Again, I just find it hysterical. The Colts looking out into the QB landscape and going, "Wow, there's crap out there. Yeah, let's get rid of ours. Still, it's not worth it." Like just that endorsement is rough.
Russ is going to Cushionberry's. Oh, yeah. Lloyd Cushionberry, the Broncos center. Okay.
I was so confused.
Yeah. It took me a second. I hope the Broncos make a play for center Ryan Jensen. That's what I want to see. Bring Pueblo's own back to Colorado, a nasty go-get-'em center. So, yeah, I mean, it depends on what the Colts do from here. I think they had to move on from Wentz. They had to pull that Band-Aid. They did. But Chris Ballard, the Colts GM, pretty highly regarded until this Carson Wentz move. And now everyone's like, what are the Colts doing? How do they bounce back from this? I think they can get their quarterback in the second round of this draft. If they get Carson Strong, if the Colts get Carson Strong, I think that's a huge win for them. If they're seriously interested in Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't know. I feel like that's a move that can get them into the playoffs based on how bad the AFC South is going to be. But it's not like
I think that's their best option, to be honest. I think their best option is Jimmy Garoppolo right now.
No. They got to trade with the Eagles again. Their best option is one Gardner Minshew. You bring Minshew Mania into Indianapolis. You get Pat McAfee behind that as well for Colts fans. Ooh, that's a recipe for virality. Viral.
I've seen this too. Doesn't he have like a really big contract?
Ryan?
Yeah.
He has a huge cap hit this year.
Gotcha. Like, I don't know why you would do that. I mean, again, you have the running back. You know, I think if you put Matt Ryan there, he would be the best one there. Yeah. But, like, that is a huge risk. Like, because, one, he's old. Yeah. And two, he costs a ton of money. And three, you have to trade for him. So
his cap hit is $48 million.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. He's on the back end of that contract, so it's all that money's coming to. You got to pay the piper.
Texans would never do it because it's a division rival, but Deshaun Watson in Indianapolis.
Oh.
Imagine they just did a 3-way trade though, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna trade Deshaun Watson to like the Giants, and then the Giants are like, okay, we're gonna trade Deshaun Watson to the Colts. Even though they would never do that. You know, actually, no, it's the Giants. The Giants might do that. They're like, we just gave up like 3 first-rounders, but we're going to trade Deshaun Watson for a second to the Colts. Yeah, that'd be something I could see them doing.
That works.
Yeah, definitely. Kirk Cousins, though.
Oh, yeah. Cousins could
Dude,
go
you
to
look
Indy.
at these QBs, and there's nobody you're like, wow, I'm super excited here. Like, there's nobody.
No. I mean, I would say Mitch Trubisky could help out the Colts. I think Trubisky's better than Carson Wentz, honestly.
I think I think it's not a vertical move. I think it's just okay, yeah, like let's give him another 1 year, like $10 million deal. Like, let's bring Trubisky in and see if he is the guy. You know, I think it's less of a gamble than like maybe Jimmy G because you'd have to trade to get him. Jameis Winston is on there. I know the Saints still want to bring him back. It's just, again, this is the epitome of you're looking out in the landscape, and this is why you need to have a quarterback in this league. Because I think the Colts are a good football team. Like, I think that they're a solid football team. They just desperately need a quarterback right now. And they don't have one. And there's not really one readily available that is going to get you super excited.
I'm calling it now. Trubisky to the Colts. They have $71 million in cap space. So they can overpay for Trubisky and be fine. Yep. Like, don't give up any more of your capital to get your QB, Indy. Pay Trubisky $10 million more than he's worth for this season just to test him out.
There you go.
Doesn't work? You're fine. You're in the same spot as you are right now, except you should have a better draft pick in the 2020. You should have a first rounder in 2023. But that's the thing. The Colts can't. Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Let's see. You're glad to see my Packers bring 12-17 back. Oh, Rodgers, Adams. Glad to see you got the Packers and the Chargers.
There you go.
Okay. You're going to get it. A 50. You're going to get what you desire. Chargers guy.
Go Chargers, go.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
It's a go Chargers, go.
Ooh.
Keep Tannehill.
You got to keep Tannehill.
What else is there, buddy? Look out there. Like, you know what?
Tannehill with Derrick Henry is usually pretty good.
Yep.
Henry was not himself for that playoff game, so yeah.
Geno Smith. Yeah. I mean, you're the Seahawks right now. And you're just like, man, Geno Smith and Drew Lock QB battle in camp. I mean, again, they could go get their QB in the draft, but you're where the Bears were before the draft because you signed Andy Dalton, and you're like, man, Andy Dalton and Nick Foles going to be a QB battle, and then you drafted Justin Fields, and it was the greatest day of your life. So,
Justin Fields forever. Man, I'm so happy we didn't draft Justin Fields. God. Sometimes it's like the general manager of your football team knows more about what he's doing than a casual ass dumb fan. Sometimes
I mean, did he know that he was going to get Russell Wilson though?
He knew he was going to get a better QB this offseason.
If the Seahawks make the playoffs last year, I don't think that they trade Russell Wilson this year.
No, but he knew Russell Wilson would injure his finger, and he also knew Russell was going to purposely play a little bit worse.
That's why. Dude, that's why the Broncos traded with the Rams. They did them a favor and said, here's Von Miller, go win a Super Bowl because you injured Russell Wilson, and now we know that we're going to get Wilson from the Seahawks.
Boom.
That's it.
He playing mind games.
Oh.
Locke and Smith or Rudolph. Oh, Rudolph and Haskins.
Yes, that's gross.
Dude, I think Mason Rudolph's a horrible quarterback.
That's gross.
At least Locke has shown some flashes every now and then. And Geno Smith, when he came in for Russell Wilson, people are like, dang, Geno's playing ball. I think he had a 1.5 good games before you're like, oh yeah, he's still just Geno.
Oh, he's gonna be great behind an offensive line, I think, and good coaching. I just thought, as I said, you should have fired Matt Nagy last year, brought in a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator, like bring in like a whole bunch of young talent to like build him up, get him ready. And instead you didn't. So I'm glad you fired him now.
You want people to count out Justin Fields. You don't want anyone paying attention to Justin Fields right now. Look, I think Justin Fields has the most to prove of the rookie quarterbacks that were drafted still. Besides, Trey Lance didn't play. And when Fields did play, it was the most mixed bag you could imagine from a rookie in terms of there were some impressive things, some like the dude can move. So they need to take advantage of his athleticism. He also made some very impressive throws from time to time. But he was also the worst looking rookie quarterback for stretches in the games, fumbled too much, didn't take advantage of open receivers. Like he has a big leap to make, but there's some flashes there. So don't write him off, but like
Fields,
he didn't
if
come
you're
out
writing
like
off
David
Justin
Mills
Fields now,
better.
That makes no sense. Like there's no the guy went out and played against the Browns in his first NFL start and got sacked 9 times. There's clips of Allen Robinson against the Packers literally just giving up on a block down the field that could have sprung Fields for another 20 yards. Like there is nobody that wanted to play for Matt Nagy last year. And
it's a bad sitch.
Levin?
It was a bad situation.
No, it was a terrible situation. It was a terrible situation for Justin Fields. So I think that you just need to develop him, put him in the best situation. David Montgomery is a great running back to just constantly hand the rock off to. You have to invest in the offensive line, hope that Tevin Jenkins, returns from injury and is good. And just keep investing in it. Because if there's anything that is going to make your team successful, it's investing in the O-line. Because that will make a mediocre QB look a million times better.
Yeah, and also offensive lines and how good they are kind of coincide with how good your quarterback is. A bad quarterback can make a good offensive line statistically look awful. So keep that in mind. I think we haven't talked about Kaepernick in his NFL
He had that
return.
workout yesterday. Like he
had a
posted saying
workout.
he was like, "Yep,
He's best shape of his life." Let me just tell you one thing about players being in the best shape of their life. They are always in the best shape of their life when they are about to get a new contract, coming back from injury, or trying to get back in the NFL. So it's just funny when people say that and buy into it. Like, well, he is. Look at him. He's always in great shape. Colin Kaepernick was like, he's always in the best shape of his life. You know what team should take a chance on him? It's the Seattle Seahawks. They need a quarterback.
God, please.
They got nothing to lose there.
Please do it. Please do it. Please have it be a QB race between Colin Kaepernick, Drew Lock, and Geno Smith. Please. And please have Colin Kaepernick beat the 49ers.
And we call it the Battle of the Bastards. It's perfect.
Done.
Boom.
Done. I would legitimately be happy if the Seahawks beat the 49ers. I mean, they swept them last year. If they did with Colin Kaepernick, that would be phenomenal.
That would be hilarious. Oh, no, yeah, it's Colin Kaepernick in the Seahawks versus Bobby Wagner in the 49ers. Give me that juice right there.
Do you want Bobby Wagner?
I don't think the Broncos need him, but I wouldn't be mad if they took him depending on the price. So
he takes a discount to go play with Russel Wilson again. Are you guys playing the Seahawks this year?
Oh, yeah. I think we play in Seattle.
Yes.
Let me double check that.
I got you. I got you, fam. I got you.
Denver Broncos schedule. What do we got here?
Yes. Yup. And you're playing in Seattle.
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be a primetime game. That's going to be a primetime game. Damn.
We got road games against the Rams, the Seahawks, the Titans. That's 3 tough games. Panthers, Jags, not so bad. And then the Ravens on the road. That's a tough road schedule, right? As things are right now.
Yeah.
Got the Niners at home, the Cardinals at home. Dude, Russ has to play against the NFC West again. That's kind of crazy.
Running backs. That's kind of amazing. I'm actually very excited for that game. That game's going to be a lot of fun. And the Broncos are probably going to kill the Seahawks.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, Tom. I feel like we'll be co-streaming that on a Sunday night. Broncos Seahawks.
Oh yeah, we'll be co-streaming that game.
We'll be there.
Dude, how do you feel? You're actually going to get primetime games again.
Oh, it's going to be nice.
Game against Case Keenum and a third string running back.
Yeah, it's going to be honestly like I used to kind of hate primetime games when the Broncos were bad because like
you didn't get a lot of them.
It just messed with my schedule for work. You know what I mean? But last year doing the Broncos streams every week, I was like, I wish we had more primetime games so I could watch more of the regular football during Sunday days. And then because I started to enjoy just doing the Broncos streams more than the Broncos recaps. So if we can get 4 or 5 primetime games again, yeah, that's going to be nice.
You're going to get those 100% with Russell Wilson. Yeah, you're going to, I think you're at least getting 3 at least.
Oh yeah. They'll have 4 or 5. Every year they were getting the max with Manning. And then even after Manning left, we were still getting 3 or 4 primetime games. Last year was the first year that they were like, nah. And then we got flexed. Who did we get flexed against? Was it the Chargers game or the Chiefs game or Raiders? Some
Dude, oh my God. If you're Carson Wentz, you have to be looking at that going, oh God, no. Like
Carson,
that is
like,
going
can I have COVID that week?
It's like he's gonna go out and lick so many like subway station poles. Like he is going to go on the subway, lick the floor. He's like, give me every disease possible. Fine. I don't want to play in that game.
Where did Sam Darnold get that mono? I would like to get it that week.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's gonna be brutal. That's gonna be
that's gonna
be a primetime game too. just because the schedule makers could be like, they might have it like the game of the week, but I think primetime would be better.
Dude, I would never want to go back to Philly to play as a former player ever.
They booed Santa.
Yeah.
They booed Santa. So, yeah, Carson Wentz is going to get eaten alive. Especially, dude, like, I'm picturing it now. Like, the first time that they had to burn a timeout or there's a false start, like, that stadium is going to erupt. He throws a pick. Oh.
He'll throw a gross turnover there. Gross.
Watch Carson Wentz literally just be a god on the Commanders.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He wasn't that bad, but he was very limited. And then when it mattered, he was bad.
Yeah.
When it mattered,
Clutch
he was
not great.
Like, yeah, he don't got it. I did want to talk about some of the guys who may actually hit free agency here. Because the tags have happened. So the former number 1 player was Devontae Adams. He's been tagged by the Packers. So here are your top 10. Terron Armstead, that's the best tackle available. Then look at all these edge rushers you could snag in free agency. And the Broncos are going to be in play for edge. I doubt the Packers are because they're going to have to let. Have they released him? They're going to release him once it hits.
Yeah, it's going to be shortly.
Yeah, so he's not even on this list. So he'll be a top 10, top 15. You got Emmanuel Ogbah, Hassan Reddick, Chandler Jones, Von Miller, Randy Gregory, Jadeveon Clowney.
Dude,
look at all these guys.
I want him to take no money and come crawling to the Packers. Allen Robinson, he chose the Bears over the Packers years ago. And boy, oh boy, did he regret that. And I think Allen Robinson's a very good wide receiver. Could you imagine Allen Robinson coming for like a vet minimum and was like, you know what? Let's just go win this thing, please. And have him ball out against the Bears. Yes, I want to rub salt in the wound. Yes, I'm that vindictive and spiteful.
You want to get him. Man, there's a lot of good players that are going to be available.
Oh, Devondre Campbell. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see his name on there at all.
There's Campbell. There's Rasul Douglas.
Oh, Christian Kirk is a free agent.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a great wide receiver pickup. Look at Trent Brown will be available.
Rasul. I don't want to see Rasul on there either.
Yeah. Akeem Hicks.
He's rumored to go to the Vikings.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Yep.
Denver kind of needs a guy like him. You got Sheldon Richard. So with the Vikings to replace Sheldon Hicks.
Jesus.
Who is?
Okay. Okay.
Ertz. Teddy Bridge, Marcus Mariota. Hey, Mariota MVS. To the Colts. That's a possibility.
MVS. The more and more I talk about MVS, the more I don't think we're bringing him back because someone's going to pay $10 million for him because of his speed. And I'm going to be like, okay, no.
Fine.
I really don't know who we're going to throw the ball to.
Quandre Diggs.
I honestly think Quandre Diggs, I know you already are set. Quandre Diggs should go to the Broncos as well. I think like all the big Seattle players should just go to Denver.
Yeah. That's fine with me. I'll take him.
JC Jackson? Oh, yeah. They would be great. They'd be great. You guys have to make it to the playoffs first, though. So.
Yeah. Can the Niners afford JC Jackson? I guess that's the question.
How
much cap?
That is a bigger question. He's going to be a big fat contract. He's going to get it. Yeah. Luke, I completely agree with that. Cincinnati, go get Armstead. Go get him. That you have a ton of cap space. Go and get him. It makes your team better. And we're having a Super Bowl conversation already.
Yeah, they and their issue really is, I think, left guard was the revolving door there.
Yeah.
So
their interior was a problem. Yeah.
Get Armstead, get a guard, and then draft a lineman.
Yep.
Then you're set, Bengals.
That makes sense. And like, yeah, if you move Jimmy, then maybe they'll be able to afford JC Jackson.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I think that's the thing. Do you think that you're a playoff contender this year with Trey Lance? I mean, I don't think anyone knows that answer, but I think that you have enough talent on that team I think they are because they have enough talent on the team. I want them to bring back, I mean, I don't want this, but if I'm the 49ers, bring back Mostert. Again, just bring back those running backs and just, is Trey Lance going to run the ball or is it going to be one of our cajillion running backs or Deebo Samuel?
Debo. Yeah, I
You're
trust the 49ers roster and I trust the 49ers coaching staff. So I think Trey Lance will be great. I think they can do a lot of things with Trey Lance that they couldn't with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
And as he develops and learns to, we got to see how he plays in the clutch. That's like the thing with two things with rookies. When the game matters, what are they doing? Don't be Carson Wentz at this point. And once defenses learn to game plan for you, how do you evolve? Like you see rookie quarterbacks early, it's like they look great. And then all of a sudden they just hit that wall. And like, what happened to this guy? Well, they know defenses know what their strengths and weaknesses are and they exploit them. So, that's what you'll be watching for with Trey Lance. But
yeah, I mean, they have the O-line, they have the protection, they have a great run game, they have the receivers, they have George Kittle, they have the defense. Like, yeah, they can be good, unfortunately. So,
but, I mean, they still got to deal with the Rams. Seahawks are going to be worse. Who knows what the Cardinals are?
I have no idea what the Cardinals are going to do. We'll see also Fletcher Cox, what happens with him. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, Fletcher Cox. Put it in the rundown. Forgot to talk about him. Apparently, he was almost dealt last year at this time, and teams are calling about Fletcher again.
True.
So,
by the way, congratulations, Perna. You made, what was it, $23,000 for the
Alzheimer's Association official number. Oh, yeah. Did you donate 60? Yeah, you son of a bitch.
It was 22,940. It was 22,940. You can't not get that to come on now. You can't round that up to 20. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I didn't do the math before I put in the 2,400 from the super chats. And I was like, I should have put in 60 more. We're exactly at $23,000 for the Alzheimer's Association. Because I finally deposited the YouTube money. Just had to wait for that check to clear, dog. Now it's in.
Yep.
But yeah, I bet by June I can raise another $2,000. Maybe I'll do another live stream. I'm really thinking about, I'm going to talk to Will, but I want to do a reliving Super Bowl 48 live stream now that Russell Wilson's a Broncos QB.
Oh,
I bet there's a condensed version of that game on YouTube. Do a little watch along. I don't know. That might be fun. Might be fun to be like, doesn't matter. That's our quarterback now.
Yep.
It will be sad watching DT set the record for most catches, though. Bad loss, and then knowing DT is gone. But I'd do that. Tom dropped a Denver Broncos reaction video to the 2021 season. Go check it out. It's very good. I was impressed, Tom. I was like I know you do your research on all of these things, and I watched it and I was like, I might have missed one or two of these events that happened for the Broncos. Because like in my head, I'm like, I can remember everything that the Broncos went through this last year. But Tom got a couple nuggets in there. So go check it out. Denver Broncos fan reacts to the 2021-2022 season. Is that how you label them? Yeah.
2021, 2022.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep. Thank you. What do you got coming out today, Brandon Perna?
Nothing. Done. This is it. I'm going to go enjoy the day with my wife, which we were supposed to do last Friday, but I had that butt flu. Now that I'm cured, we're going to go spend the day together as a late Valentine's present before we got to pick up the baby. So
nice.
Yeah. You? What are you doing?
I'm going to die alone.
You can come live with us, Tom.
No, I have a ton of stuff to do today. I want to get out another reaction video today because of course I do. And then tonight's the Friday night Q&A. So, yeah, but no, I want to get out another reaction video. It's just a matter of getting stuff done. I have a couple of appointments today, so we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
So, but folks, appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destination, which is Friday.